I'm gonna let you finish, but not yet. But not yet. But not yet. Because you're listening to the only podcast that has mango soleil and sex appeal. The only podcast that is fueled by liquid death and Mortal Kombat 2 Legacy Edition coming to you. This is the Hype Podcast. I'm the host with no name.
My name is Also Fresh. I came to drown you because this podcast is very Titanic. It can't no old bitch go back and collect her jewelry later. It's not that kind of ordeal. And man, there was room on the door. There was room on the raft for that motherfucker.
Put that heart back in the ocean, bitch.
Hey, Leo should have made it. I can't believe they sitting there the whole movie sitting next to a fucking murderer. She let that motherfucker die. You think about it like that? You should have had to drop the rock, ho. Check it out. Yeah. I just thought about that. You're watching the whole fucking movie and this bitch is a motherfucking murderer.
Dude, she was like, that necklace weighed as much as Leo. You could have dumped the necklace and then fucking hopped on there with her, bitch.
No, she fucked it up. She fucked it up. She was just like,
look at me. I'm the captain now.
You know, to be perfectly honest, I think the Titanic ruined Leo's career.
I think he did all right after that.
No, I'm saying he spiraled into depression. He got fat. No, he's doing movies like Don't Look Up.
You just saw the Howard Hughes movie.
What Howard Hughes movie?
You never saw the Howard Hughes movie?
No. What the fuck is that?
Enlighten yourself, sir.
Why don't you enlighten myself? We're on this fucking show to enlighten our listeners. Enlighten everybody.
So I love Leonardo DiCaprio in The Departed. I thought that was great. And if you did enjoy him on Growing Pains.
Wait a minute, he was on Growing Pains?
He was on Growing Pains.
What the fuck?
You know how like on old TV shows, like when the TV shows starting to run out of gas, they'll bring on a new character. Like when you're watching the Brady Bunch and Cousin Oliver just showed the fuck up. You know, whenever they have a new fucking baby and shit, it's like that. They were trying to revive the show. They brought on Leo. I think Leo was like he was supposed to be like a runaway or something like that. Dude, I mean, only on TV do they have runaways with good ass haircuts.
Dude, why? Why is it that every 90s show had that same fucking haircut that Leo had, like, pretty much all his life? You had Jonathan Taylor Thomas. He had the same fucking haircut. Who's the dude who played Sean in Boy Meets World? I don't know that fucker's name. They all had the same bowl cut.
Hey, but let me stop you. I was of age, but still fucking Topanga all day. Topanga.
Oh my God.
Topanga.
Oh my God. Okay.
God, I used to drive 2 hours home from Sacramento so I could get there in time for TGIF so I could see some fucking Topanga.
Dude, let me tell you. Boy Meets World is the worst thing that ever happened to that fucking lady. She got fat after that show. Like, she made it and she was like, I'm cool.
She really got the DSL.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She got the
Before DSL was cool. Like, before Angelina Jolie made it a thing.
I was on dial-up back then, but that bitch hit me to the DSL.
Speaking of Sacramento, I got to ask you. And
some shit has happened there recently, so please.
Well, yeah.
Tread lightly.
Well, no, I'm saying you got out of there like what sounds like just in time, years and years ago. Like in the 90s, California was a fucking shit show. Things are getting worse nowadays. So take a trip with me back down memory lane. What do you think is the worst thing that happened to you? Like, did it happen in Portland or did it happen in California? I'm going to guess Portland.
Well, I've had some bad shit happen. I mean, where's this coming from? Are you thinking about like how Chris Rock's ticket prices are going up?
Yeah. Well, okay. That's what made me think about it.
Something bad happens to the fucking guy, dude, and then he comes up on it.
For those of you living under a rock,
not Chris,
not Chris Rock,
not Chris.
Thank you. I'm glad at least one person caught that.
That was a bad joke, sir.
It was a pun. You're welcome. Now, Chris Rock's ticket prices.
Bad is bad, motherfucker. Whether it be a pun, a joke, or a fart you tried to blame on your sister. Hey, listen, it's all bad.
Listen, was it as bad as the impressions? I don't think so. So
thank you for relieving us from the impressions.
Chris Rock gets slapped on stage, and his ticket prices go up 400%. 400%, $46 to just over $400. Okay. Right? So you can't tell me that's not a publicity stunt, but I digress. I want to know, Like, what is the best, worst thing that's happened to Oh So Fresh?
Well, I mean, let's break it right there with the Chris Rock thing. That's probably the aftermarket price. It's not like he just raised the price to $400. I mean, let's not.
He doesn't have anything to do with the prices.
No,
Guaranteed.
but I'm just saying that was the aftermarket price. You know that. Don't shit on a brother. Chris Rock is good people.
What do you mean? Do you know him personally? No, the fuck you don't. You've never even met him. And for those
I
of you,
used to own one of his albums.
For those of you,
I've listened to the man for hour stretches at a time.
Back to me.
We are soulmates.
Back to me. For those of you who've never been friends with a professional comedian, I have. Thank you.
Oh,
they
man.
do not control the price of their tickets.
Oh, man.
The venues and the publicists do. So he doesn't have anything to do with the prices. So it's not on him at all.
You still talking about your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah. Who? Petey Pablo that lives next door? Jesus Christ!
Chris used to date a comedian, and they broke up. I mean, it was what do they call that man relationship you have?
A bromance.
It was like the most serious fucking bromance ever.
Yeah, we broke up over a check.
It's been like 3 years, and this motherfucker is still bromance in the stone. Like he's still like I know comedians. Comedians are bad people. I'm sorry if you broke your heart.
No, nobody said anything.
Hey, I hope you wore protection in your bromance.
Nobody said anything about comedians being bad people, and you seem to think you're pretty fucking funny too. So I hope you wear protection, bitch.
I'm goddamn hilarious.
He said I'm goddamn hilarious. And you ain't making no money off it.
Shit explodes when I talk. You hear that? That's goddamn hilarious. You know that kind of funny? But I just say bad shit does happen. I remember. Take you back in the day. It's the early 2000s. Hip hop was good. Weed was all right, and it was illegal.
Which made it slightly better.
And I was working for a radio station where we were playing hip hop and nothing but the hip hop hits. And I got fired. Why'd I get fired?
Because you're the whitest black dude I know. So I'm not shocked.
No. You know what? And I'd like to tell you, don't ever say that to a black person again. That's one of the rudest things you could ever say. I'm not fucking around.
Is that when my bromance ended?
No, I'm not fucking around. When you as a white person judge a black person's blackness, who the fuck are you? Where the fuck you live? This motherfucker is over here drinking this bottled water. Actually,
it's not bottled.
It's water in a can called Liquid Death.
16.9 ounces of Austrian mineral water.
Where the fuck
bitch.
are you in Ukraine? Who gets water in a can?
You're gonna sit here.
Who buys water in something I can't fucking see through?
You're going to fucking sit here and judge me, and you have a Mortal Kombat 2 arcade game in your fucking living room, and you're judging my hippie-ass canned water? Go fuck yourself.
Nah, bitch, that shit has a gold lid like a fucking Coors or a Slits. I think the malt liquor bull's about to fucking show up right now.
45. Anyway, you were saying your best, worst thing or whatever.
So I got let go because I was an idiot. And, it was time for me to go do something else.
Sure.
So by getting fired, I ended up getting hired at the other station, the competition.
Say it the way you were going to say it.
I left Jim in 95.5 and I go over to Z100. I go to Z100 and things go very well.
I like the slip you were about to have. You're about to say, and I got signed by Z100. I wanted you to go with that.
Yeah. It was,
So also leaves jamming. He gets signed by Z100 and he is tasked with fucking up the competition.
And we just shit on, and after that, I ended up shitting on competition. The station goes out of fucking business. They really do. They were on 95.5, and they thought that sports would be a higher priority to put on there. Hey, shout out to Big Kid Boots. Love you for back in the day.
How is that guy?
Hey, he just started a podcast.
What? Why isn't this guy been on our podcast, number one? And number two, what's his fucking podcast even called? Actually, wait. Don't
why has he been on our podcast? You know what? I don't fuck around.
Don't say the name of his podcast. He doesn't even talk about ours.
He does talk about ours. He gave us some good props.
Oh, all right. Well, then you can say I'll allow it.
It's called the Hella Years Podcast. I guess they're motherfuckers about my age talking about getting fucked old.
Because y'all are old.
Yeah, it's motherfuckers about my age talking about getting old. And that's cool. Because you know what? I want to tune in and I want to hear how to do better at getting old. Because you're dying anyway, motherfucker. It don't matter.
Hang on. Is he one of those dudes that, like, at the end of every segment, he's just like, and that's hella years.
No.
How do you know? Have you listened to it?
You know what? I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not going to have you on my show speaking on my man and them like that.
Well, I'm asking questions.
I can't. You speak ill of everybody I like. Chris Rock, you don't like him, fuck him.
What did I say? What did I say that was ill about?
I say Big Kid fucking Boots, and you're like, fuck that guy too. I like that guy. That guy's all right.
Did I say fuck that guy? Let's go to the replay. Did I say fuck that guy? I didn't.
There's no replays. I'm out of fucking tape.
No, I'm out of fucking tape. You got excuse after excuse. Now let me tell you this. I would say fuck that guy if he was masturbating on an airplane. I would say that, but he wasn't.
Wow, that took a turn for the worse.
It did. Because this number one, I don't fly anymore.
Hold on. Hey, let's just say to my brother Big Kid Boots, there was no segue there. We're just going to cut off the segment where I was speaking of you well.
Bye, Boots.
And now we're going to go into masturbating. We're not going to have that overlap. That's not okay to overlap. Big Kid Boots, props to you. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk.
Look, you've already given him his props.
Let's hold the theme song and talk about masturbating now.
What? I was just reading an article before the show about some fucking lunatic.
Did you have this kind of music on?
I did because you were prepping it.
Okay.
This dude got caught masturbating on an airplane. Not once, not twice, not even 3 times. 4 fucking times. He didn't have the aisle to himself. There was a chick next to him. A fucking chick. First of all, when you get busted once, if you're the flight attendant, oh so fresh, you're the flight attendant. And I'm just going to town on myself.
So what kind of flight attendant am I? Am I like that mannish fuck your bitch flight attendant? They got failed off the football squad, so now I'm flight attendant? Or am I
I got failed from the football squad.
Or am I kind of queer and I want to steal your husband? I mean, you gotta tell me what kind of flight attendant I am. Listen, I have to be, I have to be prepared for these things. I mean, how am I gonna react to somebody masturbating? Because I mean, maybe
I don't know.
If I am that flight attendant, I might be down with the fucking cause. I might lend a fucking hand. So you have to tell me the disposition of the flight attendant. And before we get on Delta, I need to know whether I like boys or no.
First of all, it was Southwest.
It was in Southwest. I mean, shit. If you said I was a female flight attendant, I don't know. How's you look? Might give him a fucking hand.
let me set that. Listen, you choose your own adventure.
Am I telling me I got lotion on the cart?
Choose your own adventure on this. Oh, so fresh. You're the flight attendant. I'm going to set the tone for you. I get the the call.
You didn't tell me what kind of flight attendant am I?
No, you're going to choose.
Am I male, female?
You're oh so fresh. That's what you are.
I mean, we're partying in the aisles right now.
You're gonna choose, okay, your own demeanor in this particular situation.
Okay, so
you get the call button. The plane's 75% packed. You're doing your job. You're kicking ass at your job. You're giving the wink and the gun to passengers.
I have no idea what I do.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. You want.
So am I the one that explains, or I'm the one that holds up the oxygen mask?
You're the one who lands the airplane and shows us where the exits are.
Am I? I'm the explainer.
You're the lead.
I'm the lead.
Yeah, you're the lead.
Do I get to talk on the mic?
You do.
Oh,
you do.
Wow.
So you're authoritative.
So I look like the fucking Supremes with a couple, or even if you're young, Destiny's Child. I'm singing lead these other bitches to show you how to dance moves. That's what we're doing. Yes, that's what we're gonna be. All right, so let's get back to it.
We're mid-flight.
I'm sexy flight attendant and I have great public speaking skills. Let it go.
We're mid-flight. You get the call button.
Okay.
From a young lady. Like, you can see her. Like she's got this bewildered look. And as you get closer, like, you hear an ominous noise. And it's not clear what's going on. But it's repetitive.
Ominous. Define ominous.
But it's repetitive.
Because you might make me spell it ominous.
And
definition.
it's consistent, right? As you approach, you round the little headrest of the aisle in front of it, and you lean in to be courteous, and all of a sudden, I'm there with my dick out, just beating my fucking dick in this aisle seat, and the lady next to me is looking at you for help. How do you respond?
Whoa. Oh, now that it's actually happening right here, I don't know exactly what to do. Sir.
What? Oh, God.
If I cannot stop you with a loud sir, then there's going to be need for physical activity, don't you think?
Because there's already physical activity going on.
No, as a grown-ass man, If somebody says, "Sir," really loud to you, you're going to pay some kind of attention. Sir, hey, you.
You would clap at him?
I hate to do this, but we need to make eye contact now so you can acknowledge that you hear the words coming out of my mouth. We need to make eye contact. This is so gross because you were slapping your meat on a fucking Southwest flight. I know it was only $59. It was round trip. You couldn't wait to see that bitch, but goddamn. We need to make eye contact so I can acknowledge that you hear me. Because if you don't hear me, I'm going to be forced to remove you.
For those of you who can't see, Oso's making very aggressive eye contact with me right now.
Sir, I need to know you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth.
So now...
My wife's name out your fucking mouth!
So you have to do this. That's your first response. Now imagine you get called back 3 more times. What are you doing on the 4th time?
See, on the first time, I figured we made eye contact. I said, "Hey, knock that out." I mean, really. Second time, I was kind of like, "Hey, could you knock that off?" Third time, I'm like, "Really, sir? This is a real fucking problem. And if you do this again, we're gonna have to put you out of here." And then on the 4th time, "Hey, get your shit. Just grab your shit. Just grab your shit."
And go where, though? And go where?
No, if you jacking off on a plane, a fucking parachute is what you need. If you cannot control yourself, I mean, shit. Does somebody have some fucking medical tape? Can we just tape his hand to his leg? I mean, because when you first told me this story, I didn't know it was in the dude's seat. I thought the dude was like in the bathroom and his strokes were a little bit longer than where he had to go. So he kept knocking his hand against the wall, just like. And you know, and brother, if you're gonna go into a condensed space, please measure your strokes so you know you don't hit the wall. Because hitting the wall, that ain't cool. Ladies don't like that. They don't live for that.
Dude, first of all, I don't know what the fuck I would do in a real life situation if I encountered that. But I do know this: I would not wait till the 4th time to take a fucking page from Will Smith's handbook and smack the shit out of that guy.
You just have to think about all the reasons motherfuckers gotten kicked off planes. You think about how stupid some people feel because they didn't wear a mask during COVID. Now you're on the no-fly list.
Or you cussed out a flight attendant.
You want to start some shit? We could barely fucking travel. Now you're on the fucking no-fly list. Now, every time you want to go see your mom, it's like Chevy Chase's family vacation because you got to drive all the way across the fucking country. You on the no-fly list. Who the fuck are you? Do they make you report that when you get a job that you're on the no-fly list?
Well, dude. This guy's arrested for a felony, right? So he's gonna be fucking charged as probably a sex offender now, because you can't just expose yourself in public and not be charged with a felony sex offense.
I hope you get a felony sex offense. I mean, if you come on,
he's fucking registered now. I guarantee that guy's fucking registered. I've watched way more than enough Law and Order SVU to know this motherfucker ain't getting away with shit.
So now I gotta track him in my fucking neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm saying I just look at all these motherfuckers that really want to get into fights on planes. Want to cuss people out on planes.
Oh yeah, right.
Like, where'd that come from?
Oh, it's called alcohol because they serve alcohol. Vinnie Jones, fucking Steven Seagal, even those assholes get drunk on planes and be like, you know who the fuck I am.
Well, there's one given I have in life is don't fuck up on a fucking plane.
Would you fuck on a plane though? I'd get banned for life for fucking on an airplane. I'd do that.
No, it's not worth all that.
No?
No.
You're not a part of the Mile High Club?
I am not.
I mean, I know.
I'm not even in the 50 Cent Club.
What is the 50 Cent Club?
I guess
getting shot 9 times in a drive-thru?
I guess the 50 Cent Club would just be a handy, not given to you by yourself.
I know a guy that got a blowjob on an airplane. What would you call that?
That's the 50 Cent Club to me. Mile High.
So like the Half Mile Club.
The Half Mile Club, yeah. 50 Cent to me.
How do you get 50 cent in half a mile?
Hey, it's half.
No, we're coining this. It's going to be the Dollar High Club and the 50 Cent Club from now on.
And what do we do? Give you arrangements from Dollar Shave Club?
Yeah, right. Oh my God. I can't believe you have no desire to join the Mile High Club, though.
No, I'm good. You know, the land has given me a fair share. There's your fair share of pelts on my wall. Dude. I'm good. Dude. I haven't been out to sea. I haven't been up in the air. And I've gotten my fair share. So I don't know. That love boat shit didn't really work. I mean, Isaac.
He said I got a fair share of pelts on the wall.
Let me tell you, Isaac didn't get enough pussy for me.
Dude, at the rate I'm going, it's not even gonna matter. I'm not even gonna have the fucking option.
Haven't you started up your new life? I mean, have you rebounded from that horrific event that you talked about on the show?
Rebound.
We almost got canceled. Listen to your punk ass talk about how we crying over here.
Dude, fine. You're the one who fucking keeps bringing it up. Look, I met this chick like a fucking week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And this broad's already asked me, are you going to talk about me on your show? I knew you fucking 10 years before we even started a show. I'm not fucking talking about you at all.
No, I need to know the rules. I mean, when you meet somebody, is there like a waiting period before you can talk about them on the show?
Dude, I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. If I feel that like you're even important enough to talk about or not important enough to talk about, I'm going to fucking do it. You don't even factor into it.
So she's not going to really take it well when she listens to the show.
She doesn't. I'll bet you this broad doesn't even know how to listen to a podcast.
Then why are you fucking her?
I'm not. I met her. I just met her. Like we exchanged numbers.
No, you've counted the days that you've known her. Then why are you hanging around? If you were fucking with a bitch that's too stupid to get a fucking podcast.
Listen to this
first
guy.
Day criteria.
He's trying to fucking quote me on math and shit like he's Einstein. Guess what? Einstein couldn't do math.
This was built on ebonics and chronic. Fuck yourself.
Dude, speaking of ebonics and chronic, I sent this broad away from. Okay, so we're hanging out.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you this whole story. It's fucking ridiculous. So we're hanging out.
So this is
literally watching like Amazon Prime. Fucking Dr. House episode.
You see how insignificant she is? She's hanging out, drinking this water out of a can with him.
I would not even share my water in a can with this bitch.
It's all about Ukraine.
I wouldn't even share Ukraine with this bitch. So
Ukraine in the malt liquor slits bowl.
So I'm sitting there watching episodes of House, and my brother texts me, and he's like, "Hey, you want to hit up this game? Because I play online games with my brother." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" And so I'm like, "Hey, you got to roll. I'm going to play online games with my brother." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And so I was like, "Here, take this edible to go." You know, just to like smooth things over. So
that's pretty cool because that doesn't happen in my life. I mean, you know, I don't let I let a motherfucker take half the joint home. Sure.
You don't do edibles to go?
No, I don't do edibles to go. No. These are
I guess that is pretty generous.
These are my edibles. I mean, if you were the homies, but I mean, I'm up here parlaying with you, chick. No, I'm not giving you an edible to fucking go.
No, so that's
because you could bite an edible in half and go share that someplace else.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, brothers don't. I'm just gonna let you know. No, don't give away the edible.
So, I mean, she came over already pretty lit, right? And she had her.
What kind of lit?
Like her own edible, like during the day.
What kind of lit? So she was edible lit?
Yeah.
Was she drunk?
No.
Just edible lit?
Just edible, right? And so I send her on her way, and I get a fucking
You sound so fucking dismissive.
I get a fucking text message. Listen to my fucking story. This is amazing.
Who the fuck would date you? You are very fucking dismissive.
So I get a fucking text message like 2 hours later saying, "I can't stop shaking. I'm freaking out right now. I need to talk to somebody."
So what the fuck is wrong with you?
But I'm on the phone with my brother. And so I just ignore it for a minute. And then like 15 minutes goes by. I get another message. And then I look at my phone. She's fucking called me 3 times in that 15 minutes. And so I send her back a question mark.
What she wants you to do? Come fix the shaking her?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes girls will play that damsel in distress because there's something. Yeah, I got a stomach cramp, but if you ram something in me, you'll fucking fix it. Shit.
So I look at my phone. She's called me fucking 3 times, right? And so I send her back a question mark. And she's like, I need to talk to somebody. And I'm like, okay.
Talk to who?
And I'm like, what? She's like, well, I ate that edible you gave me.
What time was it?
It was like 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
So she left you about what, 8:30? 7:30,
8 o'clock. Yeah.
And now she's tripping balls?
Fucking tripping balls. She's like, she texted back, she's like, I tried to throw up, I can't stop shaking. I was like, drink some water, try and go to sleep.
That does make you a bit of a dick.
No, it doesn't. Listen, if you're a fucking 46-year-old man, you should be able to handle your own fucking weed, right? If you're a 37-year-old bitch, you should be able to fucking know that you should not eat another whole edible within 2 fucking hours of just eating one. What am I, a fucking babysitter? No, I'm not. I'm an adult.
You gave her the drugs.
Did I open it?
She ODs. You gave her the drugs.
Who ODs on weed?
She did. She did. That's ODing on fucking weed. So you never had symptoms like that. Wow. What did you say was going on with her? Tell me.
She was shaking and throwing up.
She was shaking and throwing up off weed. Yeah.
Drink some water and go to bed, bitch.
You gave her a hot shot.
Life advice from the Hype
you
Podcast.
gave her a fucking hot shot right there.
I gave her a fucking edible. All right, I don't give a shit. Like, I didn't tell her to eat it. I didn't say go home, eat this whole fucking thing, and figure out your life. I said here. She eats like a quarter. She ate like a quarter of one.
I love it when dudes got weed stories. I had a dude come up to me and tell me, "Hey, we're talking about smoking weed," and he's just like, "You know what? I tried smoking weed, didn't work for me. I took one puff and threw up."
Maybe him and her should get together.
I'm saying, I'm sitting there, and he said, "You know, they were laughing at me," and I was like, "Motherfucker, I've been laughing at you too." I said, "Were you hitting like a bong or something?" Nah, it was just a pipe.
Just a fucking
God. And this guy smokes too. And he fucking threw up. Like, I heard of people like, you hit the bong too hard. I've heard of people throwing up off that.
Oh, sure.
But, hey, man, you at least got to try it the first time.
Yeah. Dude,
He tried to pull like a Bill Clinton on us, like he didn't inhale. I didn't inhale. I just threw the shit up.
Right? Dude,
who the fuck throws up off weed?
I mean,
because you can eat.
Oh my God.
You can eat dip. That's how you throw up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can fucking eat weed.
You can eat a semen salad. That's how you throw up. Oso went from laugh crying to just crying. We know how to make people throw up on the Hype Podcast.
No, I really disassociate myself from that part of the show because people didn't have a lot good to say about that.
What do you mean? Explain.
If you didn't know, I don't think anybody wants semen in their salad.
Life advice from the Hype Podcast. Oh, so you already know, so it's about that time to go. We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Hype Podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go. It's time for us to go. It's time for you to go. Get your shit together.
It's time to go.
And go out and do something fun. It's sunny out. It's sunny out, bitch. Go put some semen in salad or something.
There's nothing to get excited about. I do have to say, there's an event that kind of bothered me this week. I mean, these motherfuckers, there was a mass shooting down there in Sacramento. And
but did people donate to our Patreon?
Oh, yeah, before you talk about the mass shooting, donate to our Patreon. Patreon.com/The Hype Podcast. Before we can speak on other people's woes, because that's how the real news works, right?
As long as we're okay.
See, here's the real breakdown. It sounds kind of shitty that we did that, but isn't that how the real news works? Before you can hear the big story, don't you have to hear how Clorox bleach works really well? Don't you have to hear how the greatest cereal out, how Wheaties will make you fucking run faster? Every time before you hear a fucking news story, when you watch something on YouTube, you have to hear a commercial for some other shit before it. So, is it shitty for us to do that? Fuck no. Because they put misery and great smelling breath all together in one package. We're out.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Fatality.